We've all heard of the chosen ones, those rare figures whose destinies seem preordained, marked by a cosmic thread connecting them to a larger purpose. They are the heroes of myths, the figures of prophecy, the ones who stand out. But what about the others? The unchosen, whose paths seem untethered to fate, walk a quieter road, one rarely considered, yet full of profound possibilities. Could it be that in their freedom from destiny, the unchosen hold a gift the chosen cannot possess? Perhaps their journey, one unbound by expectation, is not one of obscurity, but one of ultimate liberation. Across history, cultures have celebrated the chosen ones as carriers of divine purpose. From biblical prophets to warriors of ancient epics, they have been seen as vessels for a higher plan. But what of those whose lives appear untouched by prophecy? Existential thinkers like Sartre and Camus argued that meaning isn't something handed to us. It's something we create. For the unchosen, the absence of a preordained role may not signify emptiness, but opportunity. Without the weight of fate, they are free to carve their own meaning from the raw material of existence. Could this void of external purpose be the canvas for the truest form of self-expression? Psychologically, the freedom from predefined roles offers even greater potential. Studies on self-determination reveal that individuals who feel in control of their lives experience greater fulfillment and autonomy. The chosen, however, often bear a different burden: the pressure to meet expectations, to embody a role they did not choose. In contrast, the unchosen are unencumbered, free to explore identities without the constraints of societal or divine labels. They can redefine themselves on their own terms, liberated from the weight of destiny. Could it be that the unchosen are not overlooked, but liberated, their paths brimming with possibility? Spiritually, the concept of being unchosen may hold the deepest truths of all. Mystical traditions often emphasize that enlightenment is not about fulfilling an external purpose, but discovering the journey itself as sacred. For the unchosen, the lack of prescribed roles may create a unique connection to the cosmos, one rooted in exploration rather than obligation. Free from the confines of expectation, they can align more authentically with the universe's flow, discovering truths that remain hidden to those bound by fate. Is it possible that their open-ended path leads closer to the core of being itself? What if destiny isn't a gift bestowed upon us, but a power we create with each step we take? In a world where chosen often implies a predestined path or a cosmic mission, the concept of the unchosen invites a deeper question. Are any of us truly tethered to a role? Or is this notion of destiny an illusion we accept for comfort? Predetermination, as a philosophical construct, suggests that life's purpose is handed down by forces beyond us, be it a divine will, cosmic design, or societal expectation. But the existence of the unchosen challenges this idea, suggesting that purpose may not be as rigid as we think. Could it be that those without fixed roles are not disadvantaged, but liberated, free to shape their lives in ways that the chosen cannot? Perhaps in being unbound by destiny, the unchosen hold the key to a truer form of freedom. History is filled with figures who began their lives unnoticed, unmarked by expectation, only to redefine their paths and reshape entire cultural narratives. Consider Jean-Paul Sartre's revolutionary idea: existence precedes essence. This philosophy asserts that humans are not born with inherent purpose, but create it through their choices and actions. By this logic, everyone begins as unchosen, their essence undefined and waiting to be forged. From this perspective, the unchosen are not lacking. They are free, unburdened by predetermined labels, and ready to explore their own potential. Might they possess a kind of agency that the chosen, bound by expectation, can only dream of? Psychological insights further illuminate this potential. Studies reveal that when individuals are labeled or singled out, they often feel pressured to conform to the expectations tied to that label. The chosen, may face the constant weight of living up to their roles, creating an internal struggle between personal desires and external demands. Conversely, the unchosen are free from such constraints. They can approach life with curiosity, exploring opportunities on their own terms, unshaped by societal or cosmic mandates. Could it be that the absence of such pressures allows the unchosen to embark on a more authentic journey of self-discovery, untethered from the weight of obligation? If life is truly an open canvas, the unchosen may embody the purest potential for growth and transformation. They remind us that purpose is not bestowed but created through personal choice and action. By not being bound to a singular path, the unchosen represent a profound liberation, a freedom to explore the depths of their identity without fear of stepping outside predefined boundaries. Could it be that true meaning lies not in fulfilling a role handed down by society or the cosmos, but in embracing the freedom to craft one's journey moment by moment? In their quiet defiance of labels, the unchosen may offer a profound truth, that the power to define our lives belongs to us alone. For those considered unchosen, life can feel like navigating a vast and uncharted wilderness, a journey where meaning isn't handed down but must be discovered and shaped through personal experience. This lack of a prescribed destiny is often perceived as a disadvantage, a void to be filled. But what if it is a profound gift? The unchosen are not bound by the weight of expectation or a cosmic blueprint. Instead, they possess the rare freedom to define their own purpose through trial, exploration, and creativity. In this open expanse, every decision becomes an opportunity, every failure a lesson, and every triumph a testament to their resilience. Could the absence of a fixed path reveal not a lack of meaning, but the freedom to craft a meaning that is entirely their own? The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche captured this idea through his vision of the Übermensch, a figure who transcends societal norms to live boldly and authentically. For Nietzsche, meaning isn't found in external systems or divine decrees. It is forged through an inner strength that enables us to overcome obstacles and redefine our values. In many ways, the unchosen embody this principle. Unbound by predetermined roles, they have the freedom and the challenge to create their lives as works of art, shaped by their own ideals. Yet this autonomy raises a powerful question. How might we live if we were truly free to define our own purpose, without the safety net of a preordained plan? This freedom, while empowering, is not without its challenges. Without a preordained path, the unchosen must draw meaning from experiences that others might overlook as mundane or insignificant. Psychologists have noted that individuals who construct their own purpose often develop greater resilience and adaptability than those who follow inherited scripts. In the absence of a roadmap, they confront doubts, embrace uncertainty, and build emotional frameworks strong enough to navigate life's unpredictability. For the unchosen, each step forward requires courage, a willingness to make mistakes, and a belief in the value of their journey, even without guarantees of success or recognition. Could this very lack of external validation foster an unparalleled strength rooted in self-reliance and authenticity? Ultimately, the path of the unchosen may hold a significance that is profound precisely because it is uncharted. Without the constraints of external roles, they are free to shape their legacy as an expression of personal growth and self-discovery. Their journey is not dictated by cosmic design, but paved by their own intentional choices. Might this freedom to chart their own course lead to a deeper, more authentic understanding of selfhood? In redefining purpose as something forged rather than bestowed, the unchosen invite us all to reconsider what it means to truly live. Could it be that those who embrace the unknown, crafting meaning from the raw material of life itself, are on a truer path than any destiny written in the stars? There is a unique strength in forging one's own path, especially in the absence of external guidance or a predetermined destiny. For the unchosen, this is not just a possibility but a necessity. They stand in a space that demands creation, where meaning must arise from their own experiences, values, and decisions. Without a divine purpose or societal blueprint to follow, they become both the architects and the critics of their lives. This dual role carries an extraordinary weight. The liberation to define oneself paired with the daunting responsibility of living authentically. What does it mean to navigate a life where the only compass is one's own will and judgment? To walk without the safety net of destiny is to confront ambiguity, fear, and self-doubt at every turn. The unchosen cannot lean on external validation or prescribed rules. Instead, they must build their own moral and philosophical frameworks. These self-defined principles become their foundation, shaping resilience and inner strength. Every decision they make, every step forward, is an act of self-creation. In this way, their lives are defined not by conformity to external roles, but by a fierce commitment to authenticity. Could it be that in a world often obsessed with external validation, the unchosen are the true pioneers of personal freedom and self-discovery? Yet, this path of self-authorship is rarely clear or easy. The absence of a destined role leaves them vulnerable to isolation and intense introspection. Without external markers to confirm they are on the right path, the unchosen are compelled to ask themselves hard questions. Is this choice reflective of my deepest values? Am I living in alignment with who I truly am? In these moments, they are pushed into deeper self-awareness, their journey shaped by an ongoing dialogue with their inner world. Their doubts, far from being weaknesses, become tools for growth, forcing them to refine their sense of self and their purpose. Could this constant self-examination, though challenging, be the very process that leads to true clarity and strength? Perhaps the unchosen walk a path that offers a wisdom all its own. By facing the unknown, they cultivate a rare and unshakable inner strength, untethered from external approval. Their struggles become opportunities for self-revelation, their triumphs a testament to their resilience. Where others might rely on a predetermined script, the unchosen embrace the freedom to craft a purpose uniquely their own, turning their lives into a work of art shaped by intentionality. Could it be that this journey, marked by self-authorship and inner discovery, offers a deeper and more enduring meaning than any externally imposed destiny ever could? What unfolds when a life is free from the weight of grand expectations? For the unchosen, this absence of external pressure is not a void, it is a liberation. Without the burden of fulfilling a cosmic script or societal mandate, they are free to explore life on their own terms. Their paths are carved not by external forces but by personal experiences, growth, and a curiosity untainted by obligation. In a world that so often equates worth with achievement or destiny, could the unchosen hold a quiet, understated wisdom about the value of an unburdened existence? The philosophy of Stoicism sheds light on this kind of freedom. Ancient Stoics taught that true contentment comes from inner strength rather than external validation. They emphasized that life's challenges are best met with acceptance and adaptability, rooted in personal resilience. For the unchosen, this philosophy resonates deeply. With no title to uphold or prophecy to fulfill, they cultivate self-mastery, responding to life's circumstances with flexibility and grace. This detachment from external roles allows them to move lightly through the world, unburdened by the need to meet lofty standards. Could this detachment, far from being a disadvantage, be a source of profound strength? One that thrives precisely because it is not dependent on recognition or validation from others? Psychology offers further insight into the power of this freedom. Studies in positive psychology reveal that individuals who are free to pursue their own paths without external pressure often experience greater self-acceptance and emotional resilience. For the unchosen, the absence of predetermined roles creates space for genuine self-exploration. They are free to experiment with identity, adapt to new challenges, and redefine their values organically. Each decision becomes an opportunity to shape their purpose, not in response to societal expectations, but in alignment with their evolving sense of self. Might this freedom to explore and redefine be the foundation of a unique form of self-actualization, one that prioritizes authenticity over conformity? In the end, the lives of the unchosen reveal a profound truth. Freedom from expectation is not a limitation, it is a gift. It allows them to engage with life's complexities in a way that feels unfiltered, personal, and deeply fulfilling. Rather than striving to meet preordained standards, they become pioneers of their own potential, discovering meaning in each step of the journey. Could it be that this quiet, unobstructed path holds a hidden wisdom? A wisdom that reminds us that life's greatest fulfillment is not found in meeting the demands of fate or society, but in the freedom to explore, adapt, and be fully oneself. What if in this space of liberation, the unchosen uncover a depth of joy and purpose that no predetermined destiny could ever offer? If the chosen follow paths illuminated by destiny, the unchosen traverse a landscape of self-discovery, a journey where purpose is not handed down, but actively uncovered. For them, life becomes a blank canvas, with each experience and decision adding texture and color to a constantly evolving masterpiece. Unbound by prophecy or predetermined roles, they step into an open-ended process of exploration that is both daunting and exhilarating. Could it be that this freedom, the ability to redefine their identity moment by moment, allows them to access insights that those confined by destiny may never encounter? Throughout history, the pursuit of self-discovery has been celebrated by philosophers as one of life's most profound endeavors. Thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Soren Kierkegaard emphasized that purpose is not preordained, but forged through deliberate choice and reflection. Sartre's assertion that existence precedes essence encapsulates the idea that humans are not born with inherent purpose. They must create it through action and introspection. For the unchosen, this philosophy is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is their lived reality. With no predestined script to follow, they must navigate their desires, fears, and aspirations, carving out a sense of self one choice at a time. Might this continuous journey of self-exploration lead them to a deeper, more authentic understanding of purpose? From a psychological perspective, this path fosters what researchers call intrinsic motivation, a deep-seated drive to find meaning and fulfillment from within rather than seeking external rewards or validation. For the unchosen, this inward journey can be a source of immense empowerment, connecting them to a purpose that feels deeply personal and genuine. Studies have shown that individuals driven by intrinsic values are more resilient, adaptive, and self-aware, as their sense of worth is rooted in self-discovery rather than external achievements. For the unchosen, this freedom to shape their own identity becomes a transformative process, one that builds self-acceptance and a stronger sense of agency. Could the lack of external validation actually allow them to cultivate a more profound understanding of who they truly are? The path of self-discovery invites the unchosen into a life of constant questioning, a journey marked by introspection, authenticity, and growth. Without the framework of a predetermined destiny, every day becomes an opportunity to align their lives with their innermost values and to better understand themselves. In this open-ended exploration, they may find a wisdom that transcends external definitions of purpose, a clarity rooted in their own lived experiences. Does this ability to build meaning from within offer a kind of fulfillment that outshines the comforts of a fixed destiny? Could it be that the freedom to walk an undefined path reveals not only a deeper understanding of self, but also a more profound connection to the essence of existence itself? In a world fixated on the comfort of defined purposes and assured destinies, the unchosen embark on a journey uniquely their own, a path shaped by mystery and possibility, unanchored by cosmic scripts. For them, life isn't a pre-written story but an open field, waiting to be explored one step, one decision at a time. The absence of a predetermined mission may seem daunting, but it offers them a rare freedom to forge meaning through their choices. Might this intimate relationship with uncertainty grant them a perspective and depth that those bound by fixed destinies may never encounter? Philosophically, the unknown has always held a special allure as a space of transformation and possibility. Nietzsche's assertion that one must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star speaks directly to this idea. Chaos, in his view, is not a force of destruction but the fertile ground from which creativity and greatness emerge. For the unchosen, chaos and uncertainty are not obstacles, they are opportunities. Without the comfort of absolutes, they must learn to embrace life's fluidity, finding growth and meaning in its unpredictability. Could it be that by navigating this ever-shifting terrain, the unchosen cultivate a kind of courage and creativity that those on preordained paths might never fully experience? Psychologically, engaging with the unknown builds profound resilience and adaptability. Without the anchor of a fixed identity or destiny, the unchosen are in a state of constant evolution, learning to pivot and adapt to life's shifting realities. Research in resilience psychology suggests that individuals who thrive amid uncertainty often develop a strong internal locus of control, trusting in their own abilities and resources rather than relying on external validation. For the unchosen, this journey through the unknown becomes a masterclass in self-reliance, teaching them flexibility, strength, and the ability to embrace change. While it may lack the glamour of a predestined role, this adaptability creates a foundation that is steady, enduring, and deeply personal. Could this openness to uncertainty provide them with a form of strength that surpasses the stability of a predetermined purpose? In the end, the path of the unchosen reveals a striking truth. Meaning does not require certainty. By stepping into the unknown, they open themselves to life's boundless unpredictability, experiencing its richness without fear of the undefined. Their lives become an evolving masterpiece, shaped not by the rigid lines of fate, but by the fluid brushstrokes of choice, courage, and curiosity. Could it be that in surrendering to the unknown, they uncover a purpose that is not static but alive, resilient, and intensely real? Perhaps, in embracing life's unpredictability, they find a kind of wisdom and fulfillment that no predetermined path could ever provide. For the unchosen, freedom is not merely a philosophical ideal, it is the core of their existence. They move through life unshackled by societal expectations or cosmic decrees, granting them a rare and profound space to craft their own identity. Without the weight of fulfilling a predetermined role, they are free to explore the full spectrum of human experience, making choices that genuinely reflect their personal values, beliefs, and aspirations. In the absence of an imposed narrative, what new horizons for personal growth and transformation open up before them? Could it be that this freedom, so often seen as daunting, is actually the ultimate canvas for a life of authenticity? Existentialist philosophers, particularly Jean-Paul Sartre, have long emphasized the dual-edged nature of freedom. Sartre famously wrote that man is condemned to be free, highlighting that while freedom offers infinite possibilities, it also imposes the weight of responsibility. For the unchosen, this truth is their reality. They must define themselves, navigating the vast and open terrain of their existence without the guideposts of destiny. Yet in this immense responsibility lies a profound opportunity, the chance to create a self that is wholly their own. Could this act of self-definition, of embracing the ambiguity of freedom, lead them to an authenticity that those bound by external expectations may never truly experience? Psychologically, this journey of self-definition aligns closely with the humanist ideals of self-actualization. Abraham Maslow, in his famous hierarchy of needs, described self-actualization as the pinnacle of human development, a state where individuals fully realize their potential and live in alignment with their true selves. For the unchosen, the absence of external labels and roles becomes a fertile ground for this kind of growth. Without the constraints of a chosen identity, they are free to explore their passions, discover their talents, and shape their values without external interference. Could this process of creating one's own purpose, free from societal or cosmic dictates, represent not a limitation, but the ultimate gift of freedom? In a world that often prioritizes labels and predefined roles, the unchosen reveal the quiet power of living without a script. Their journey reminds us that purpose does not have to be grand or assigned by forces beyond ourselves. It can be self-made, shaped through the seemingly ordinary choices of daily life. Might this freedom to self-define lead to a richness of experience and depth of meaning that those on predetermined paths rarely encounter? And if so, what does this mean for our understanding of purpose itself? Could it be that the truest, most fulfilling purpose is not the one given to us, but the one we create, moment by moment, through the courage to be authentically ourselves? Life becomes an exploration rather than a destination for the unchosen, a journey where every step uncovers new possibilities rather than fulfilling a preordained role. In a world that often glorifies certainty and clear trajectories, their path embodies a radical wisdom, one that values curiosity over finality, openness over resolution. To live without the comfort of a defined purpose can feel intimidating, but it also transforms existence into a continuous unfolding of discovery. Could it be that true fulfillment arises not from knowing where we are headed, but from embracing where we are in each moment? This philosophy aligns deeply with existential thought, particularly the works of Soren Kierkegaard and Martin Heidegger. Both thinkers emphasized that life's meaning is not found in fixed truths, but in our active engagement with uncertainty. The unchosen epitomize this mindset, navigating the unknown without a map, and allowing each encounter to shape their evolving sense of self. Kierkegaard's concept of the leap of faith resonates here, the courage to move forward without guarantees, trusting in the process rather than the destination. For the unchosen, each leap into uncertainty is an act of faith, not in external structures, but in themselves and in life's capacity to surprise and transform. Could this willingness to embrace the unknown uncover dimensions of existence that those tied to certainty might never encounter? Psychologically, this approach aligns with Carol Dweck's idea of the growth mindset, which frames challenges as opportunities to grow rather than barriers to success. For the unchosen, setbacks and unanswered questions are not failures, but integral parts of the journey. This openness cultivates resilience, adaptability, and a readiness to learn, qualities that those bound to fixed roles may not develop to the same depth. Living without certainty requires a flexibility of mind and spirit, a willingness to pivot and reimagine one's path when life takes unexpected turns. Could this approach, rooted in exploration and growth, offer a richness of experience that far surpasses the comfort of a predefined purpose? Ultimately, the unchosen challenge us to rethink the very concept of purpose. Their lives suggest that meaning is not something handed down in a moment of revelation, but something that emerges through the ongoing process of living. Each decision, each encounter, and each challenge becomes a brushstroke on the canvas of their existence, adding depth and complexity to their evolving self. By embracing the unknown, they invite us to consider that life's greatest wisdom may not lie in the certainty of answers, but in the courage to dwell within the questions. Could it be that their open-ended journey leads to a purpose as profound and authentic as any destiny? Perhaps, in their willingness to explore and transform with each step forward, the unchosen uncover a truth that speaks to all of us, that life's meaning is not static but alive, unfolding moment by moment. For the unchosen, life's purpose is not a pre-written script handed down by fate or cosmic decree. It is a dynamic creation, forged and reshaped with every action and decision. This freedom to define their own path places individual agency at the heart of their journey, a privilege and responsibility that stands in stark contrast to the security of a predestined role. The unchosen exemplify self-determination, demonstrating that purpose is not something waiting to be uncovered. It is something made. Without the reassurance of external validation, they turn inward, asking a pivotal question: what will I choose to make of my life, given this blank canvas? This philosophy is deeply rooted in existential thought, particularly the works of Jean-Paul Sartre. Sartre's assertion that existence precedes essence highlights the belief that individuals are not born with a predefined purpose, but create their essence through their choices and commitments. The unchosen embody this idea with every step they take. Each decision, no matter how small, becomes a deliberate act of creation, adding depth and meaning to their lives. They do not wait passively for a calling. Instead, they actively shape their path, engaging with the world in profound and intentional ways. In doing so, they reveal an empowering truth: that meaning is not given, it is chosen. Could it be that this act of choosing is itself the ultimate form of empowerment, one that transcends any external designation? From a psychological perspective, this focus on agency aligns closely with theories of autonomy and self-determination. Research has shown that individuals who feel a strong sense of personal agency report higher levels of satisfaction, resilience, and overall well-being. For the unchosen, the freedom to shape their purpose is both liberating and daunting, as each choice carries the weight of responsibility. Without the guideposts of destiny, they must rely on their inner compass, learning to trust themselves in the face of life's uncertainties. This journey toward self-trust builds a strength that is deeply rooted, a quiet resilience that thrives in independence. Could it be that this process of cultivating inner trust and autonomy fosters a depth of character that those following predestined paths may never fully achieve? The unchosen offer a radical perspective on purpose, not as something to be discovered, but as something each of us has the power to create and recreate. In a world where many seek validation and direction from external sources, they remind us of the transformative potential of choosing purpose for ourselves. By embracing this freedom, they live with intentionality, crafting lives rich in personal discovery and authentic growth. Could it be that the greatest fulfillment comes not from following a path laid out by others, but from carving one's own? And if so, what does this mean for the rest of us? Perhaps we too hold the power to shape our lives as the unchosen do, to choose purpose and in doing so, find a freedom that is both profound and uniquely our own. The journey of the unchosen requires an unshakable reliance on the self, a strength that emerges from within, unbolstered by the comforts of destiny or divine validation. Unlike those who see themselves as preordained for greatness, the unchosen cultivate resilience through their own experiences, choices, and principles. They navigate life's uncertainties without cosmic assurances, confronting challenges that test their inner resolve. In this independence, they may discover a profound and enduring power, a quiet yet indomitable strength that defines their journey. Could it be that the very absence of external affirmation transforms into their greatest source of self-trust and resilience? Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, provides a powerful framework for understanding this inner strength through his philosophy of logotherapy. Frankl argued that meaning is not bestowed externally, but uncovered within, often in the face of life's most challenging moments. For the unchosen, purpose is not a matter of fulfilling a cosmic role, but of defining values that are deeply personal and resonant. Like Frankl's survivors, who found meaning even in the direst circumstances, the unchosen must look inward to find their purpose. Their darkest moments become opportunities to draw on their own inner reserves, forging a path that is both unique and deeply authentic. Could it be that this freedom to define purpose on their own terms, even in the absence of external validation, is the foundation of their power? Psychologically, the strength of the unchosen aligns with the concept of intrinsic motivation, a drive that comes from within rather than from external rewards. Research shows that individuals who pursue goals based on internal values experience greater creativity, persistence, and satisfaction. For the unchosen, life offers the freedom to act from a place of authenticity, where purpose is shaped by personal resonance rather than universal expectations. This self-directed motivation becomes a wellspring of resilience, allowing them to face setbacks with a tenacity that those bound by predefined roles might struggle to summon. Could it be that this unique, self-sustaining drive is the hidden reward for those who walk a path uncharted by fate? In a world where many seek validation from external sources, the unchosen exemplify the strength that arises from within. Their journey challenges the belief that empowerment must come from being chosen or endorsed by destiny. Instead, they reveal that true greatness lies in the courage to choose oneself, to step forward without assurance and build a life that reflects one's deepest values. Could it be that this quiet, self-reliant power, cultivated without the need for cosmic affirmation, is the ultimate expression of freedom and authenticity? Perhaps the unchosen teach us that the most profound form of strength comes not from being chosen, but from choosing to create a life entirely one's own. The absence of a defined destiny is both a burden and a gift for the unchosen. Existentialist thought, particularly the work of Jean-Paul Sartre, shines a light on this paradox. Sartre's idea that humans are condemned to be free highlights the dual-edged nature of freedom. Without an inherent purpose, we are tasked with the responsibility of creating meaning ourselves. For the unchosen, this lack of a fixed role or cosmic endorsement necessitates the construction of purpose through personal experience and action, a task that requires both courage and conviction. Yet, could this very absence of preordained destiny be what makes them the true authors of their lives? For those without a predefined path, life becomes a tapestry woven from countless choices, each one contributing to an ever-evolving sense of self. Unlike those following a prescribed trajectory, the unchosen face what Soren Kierkegaard called the leap of faith, acting boldly in the face of uncertainty, trusting not in a guaranteed outcome, but in their own instincts and capacity for growth. Without the assurance of a safety net, their resilience is forged through trial and error, shaped as much by their failures as by their successes. Though this freedom to craft one's path may seem intimidating, it offers a profound opportunity to live authentically. Might it be that, in embracing this freedom, the unchosen unlock a form of self-fulfillment unavailable to those confined by destiny? The journey of the unchosen mirrors what poet Rainer Maria Rilke described as living the questions themselves. They do not seek definitive answers dictated by external forces. Instead, they immerse themselves in the act of inquiry, finding meaning in the exploration rather than the conclusion. Each choice, experience, failure, and triumph deepens their understanding of themselves and their place in the world. Purpose, for the unchosen, is not a static endpoint, but an ongoing process, an unfolding journey that defies the rigidity of fixed expectations. Could this continuous quest for meaning, free from the constraints of predetermination, lead to a life of greater richness and depth? Ultimately, the unchosen embody the power of freedom, creativity, and self-discovery. They remind us that purpose does not need to be handed down. It can be created moment by moment, shaped by our actions, values, and evolving understanding of life. In rejecting external definitions and embracing their open-ended journey, they achieve a kind of liberation that even the chosen may never know. Could it be that this path of self-determination and authenticity, carved without the constraints of destiny, leads to a form of fulfillment that is unparalleled, a life that is wholly, uniquely their own. Uncertainty is not a flaw in the journey of the unchosen. It is a fundamental element of their growth. By living without the assurance of cosmic favor or a predetermined destiny, they are compelled to face life's ambiguities head-on. Philosopher Alan Watts spoke of the wisdom of insecurity, emphasizing that true freedom is found in embracing unpredictability rather than seeking permanence. For the unchosen, uncertainty becomes an ally, guiding them toward insights and experiences that remain hidden from those whose lives are anchored in preordained roles. Could it be that their relationship with uncertainty brings them closer to a profound experiential wisdom that others may never touch? Ancient philosophies have long regarded uncertainty as a gateway to deeper understanding. Taoism, for example, teaches the principle of Wu Wei, effortless action, which encourages alignment with the natural flow of life, embracing unpredictability without resistance. The unchosen embody this wisdom as they navigate life's twists and turns with grace and adaptability. By releasing the need to control outcomes, they learn to harmonize with the rhythms of life, finding resilience and strength in the face of change. This philosophy allows them to remain grounded, not by certainty, but by an openness to life's unfolding possibilities. Could it be that in accepting unpredictability, they uncover a depth of insight that those bound to the rigidity of destiny might never encounter? Psychologically, this embrace of uncertainty fosters a unique form of wisdom rooted in self-awareness and adaptability. Without relying on external affirmations or fixed paths, the unchosen cultivate a deep understanding of their values and desires. Every obstacle they face becomes an opportunity for growth, a chance to refine their sense of purpose and direction. Studies on resilience suggest that openness to change and adaptability enhance mental strength, allowing individuals to thrive in complex, unpredictable environments. For the unchosen, this mental flexibility becomes a cornerstone of their wisdom, enabling them to flourish without the need for predefined answers. Might this very embrace of life's uncertainties be the foundation of the self-trust and insight that define their path? The journey of the unchosen shows that the deepest inner wisdom often arises where certainty is absent. By navigating life without relying on fixed answers, they develop an attunement to their own intuition, making decisions guided by personal values rather than external validation. In this way, they find meaning not in fulfilling predetermined roles, but in the richness of each unpredictable moment. Could it be that the unchosen offer a way of living that transforms uncertainty from a source of fear into the very soil in which the truest self-understanding can flourish? Perhaps in their embrace of life's inherent unpredictability, they reveal a profound truth, that the absence of certainty is not a limitation but an invitation to grow, discover, and live authentically. For the unchosen, the absence of a predetermined path paradoxically becomes an expansive freedom, an open canvas upon which they can paint a life shaped by their own evolving values. Unbound by cosmic expectations or societal narratives, they are invited to explore, question, and redefine their purpose with each passing moment. Existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre believed that true freedom arises when individuals confront the reality that life has no inherent meaning, making them responsible for crafting it themselves. In this light, the unchosen embrace a life unburdened by any grand narrative, engaging in a process of discovery that might lead to a more authentic existence than the security offered by a chosen path. Could this lack of predefined purpose, then, be a gift rather than a loss? In contrast to those who feel tethered to destiny, the unchosen move freely through life, exploring its full complexity without the constraints of fixed roles. Their lack of external expectations allows them to redefine their direction, adapt to change, and reshape their identity as they grow. This fluidity becomes their strength, granting them the ability to evolve continuously in response to new experiences and insights. With no obligation to fulfill a prescribed story, they craft lives that reflect their truest selves. Could it be that this flexibility, born from freedom, cultivates a resilience and inner strength that even the chosen, those bound by certainty, may never truly understand? The unchosen develop a self-knowledge that is uniquely intimate and profound. Without an external script to dictate their actions, they are compelled to look inward, seeking clarity about what genuinely matters to them. This inward journey fosters introspection and authenticity, qualities often elusive to those who live within the confines of a predestined path. Every decision and step forward becomes a manifestation of their evolving vision, building a deeply personal foundation of meaning. Could this act of carving a path free from external validation lead them to a form of self-fulfillment that transcends even the concept of destiny itself? The paradox of their freedom presents the unchosen with a rare and extraordinary opportunity. With no imposed narrative, they are free to define, create, and continually reinvent themselves. While this uncharted existence may seem daunting, it offers a liberation unknown to those who follow a chosen path. As the architects of their own lives, their choices affirm their autonomy and self-determination, reflecting a courage that goes beyond convention. Could it be that this life of self-direction, though unconventional, brings them closer to a form of wisdom and fulfillment that transcends the boundaries of any destined purpose? Perhaps the unchosen reveal a truth we all might consider, that the most profound meaning is not discovered but created, moment by moment, in the freedom to live authentically. As we conclude this exploration, the journey of the unchosen reveals a profound truth. Meaning does not have to be handed down. It can be forged through our actions, choices, and values. Their path is not defined by cosmic decrees or societal validation, but by the courage to face life's uncertainties and carve a unique narrative. While the absence of a predetermined destiny may seem daunting, it also offers unparalleled freedom. Through their struggles and triumphs, the unchosen demonstrate that purpose is not discovered, it is created. Could it be that this quiet strength, cultivated without external assurances, speaks to something universal about the resilience of the human spirit? The unchosen remind us that purpose does not have to be grand or universally recognized. Their significance emerges from their daily choices, their moments of reflection, and their ability to persevere in the face of challenges. This journey is not free from hardship. Uncertainty and self-doubt often loom large, but these struggles are not flaws. They are the crucibles in which authenticity and inner strength are forged. By finding meaning in their own terms, they teach us that fulfillment is not dependent on external validation. Might their example challenge us to redefine success and purpose, moving away from rigid societal expectations to something more personal and profound? The paradox of the unchosen is that while they lack the guiding hand of destiny, they gain the freedom to live with intention, adaptability, and self-reliance. Their journey compels us to question our own paths. Are we too fixated on seeking validation from roles or labels? Have we allowed the allure of certainty to constrain our capacity for growth and self-expression? The unchosen invite us to embrace the unknown, to view purpose as an evolving process rather than a fixed endpoint. Could it be that this openness to change and self-definition leads to a life of greater depth and authenticity than any preordained script? Ultimately, the lives of the unchosen reflect a liberating truth. Whether chosen or not, we each hold the power to shape our existence. Their path offers an alternative view of fulfillment, one rooted in self-determination, resilience, and the courage to live authentically. Perhaps the final question is not, why weren't they chosen? But rather, what have they discovered that even the chosen might never fully grasp? In this, they remind us all of our inherent agency, the ability to choose ourselves, define our own purpose, and live a life that is wholly and uniquely our own.